guys, so we are heading to the lake for another fishing challenge. Today is going to be me versus her, but she gets to use her regular fishing rod, and I get to use something that you guys will see here in a few seconds once we get all out in the water and situated. We're going to be backing the boat in right now, and we will see you on the lake. Alright, so we are at the lake in the little area back in here. Good place to start the challenge. Hopefully we can do a little challenge just within this area so we don't have to go far. Alright, so first things first, I did this last night. I've got whatever line they have on here, which I think is like 6 or 8 pound, and I'm just gonna tie a biospawn on the plasma tail and try it out. We'll see if I can't catch one off one of these. It looks pretty awesome. I love a drop shot. Alright, this is really gonna suck. Like, it's bad when you have to move your rod 5 feet to make the lure do anything. So I broke off. I think I'm gonna go for like a crankbait or something with treble hooks. That way I can just reel and probably catch a fish on it. So I've got some crankbaits in here, but it's a good one right there. I actually had a buddy send these from Alabama because I can't find these bandit splatterbacks anywhere. So he sent me some, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh. Stop spinning. Come on, I didn't think I'd ever get hung like this. Oh, that sucks so bad. Alright, so I don't know how smart this was, but I changed to a popper. Yes! 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 Oh, he's barely hooked. Yes! Yes! Finally. There we go. Ah, finally. It took forever. Finally. Logan, how's that feel? Finally. Alright, so that was extremely hard. So I'm thinking maybe since it's super hard with a micro rod, we'll talk to Logan, we'll see what she says, and if so, then what we'll do is we'll just fish for the rest of the day. Now we could continue to do a challenge, but I'm not using that micro rod anymore. That sucked. I mean, I got hung like 50 times in a tree, in trees, and above and underwater. Finally caught one fish. It took forever. It's super hot, it's super muggy, there's no wind whatsoever, so this is not the best day for fishing. So we might have to go out deep and try to catch some fish or something, so we'll figure it out. Are you good with that? Yep. So she's good with that. Caught that one fish. Now let's go try to catch a bunch more with actual rods that are efficient with fishing. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So we found a little bit of wind. We're back in a little slough. There's some little sunken trees back in here, so we're gonna give that a try. We've got the drop shot tied on to a big rod this time instead of the mini rod. So we're gonna finish it out here in the next, it's 10 o'clock right now, and we'll probably be done by noonish. I'm guessing maybe even a little bit before that. The sun is getting up and it is super, super hot. So we're gonna give it our best shot. This wind is helping out just a little bit, just a little bit. Got one. Bam, get in the boat. Huh? Ow. Golly, they're hyper. Came right off though. White fish, really white. Get back in there and see if they're not schooled up. They've been popping all through here, and usually when you can find a slough where the wind is blowing into, like where the wind's blowing into the slough, it'll push all these bait fish up in here, and usually all the fish will school up and get really active. Because they've been popping. We've seen one chasing like a bluegill. Alright, so I've got the Pro Box here, and I think I'm just gonna try to fish with this and try to beat this board here. I mean, I'm not fishing deep right now, so that's probably not the best, you know, time to beat this board on this lake anyways. So that being said, I'm just gonna keep on casting shallow, and I think maybe I'm gonna tie on like a swim bait on this, like a white swim bait or something. White and chartreuse would be pretty good. Try to do that. So my thoughts on this bait, which is the Roadrunner with the chatterbait blade, I think it's a very, very unique idea. But obviously, of course, it's Mystery Tackle Box. You can't order what you want, but I would recommend for my lake, because my lake's a little bit deeper, I would recommend like a heavier weight. That way I could fish that deeper water. But definitely for submerged grass, which is what we're fishing right now, but even here right now it's a little deep for the submerged grass, but definitely a very unique bait. And for submerged grass, I think it's a really, really good bait. A lot of vibration is key because you have to pull them out of that grass. That's the only way. They're not usually looking, but they can feel that vibration come across the top of the grass, and that's when they're going to come out and grab it. So that two-blade system is very, very neat, and I think that's a really good idea. Now, I obviously haven't caught a fish on it yet, but I'm sure I will eventually. But like I said, I'm having to let it sink for a while before I can even start reeling, just because it's a little bit deeper and I need that heavier weight, because as soon as you start reeling these, they tend to come up with blades like that. So I'm just slow rolling it right across the top of the grass. I'll let it drop every once in a while, trying to keep contact with it. They keep busting out in here somewhere, so we're just trying to key in on that area. Good one. Easy. Hold your rod straight. Hold your rod straight. Off. Horsed it too much. Alright guys, so I am going to end the video on that note, because it is super hot and the wind has died down and starting to pick back up. The fishing is not being very good right now to us. So definitely in the hot of the summer, you either want to stay out deep or fish like early morning or late evening. So I've got a tournament tomorrow evening. I think I've found a few places that are holding some fish, and we're gonna give it a whirl. But on that note, I think we did decent. I wouldn't say that we did like fantastic, because I mean, I did win the challenge, of course, with the little micro rod, which you can get at Academy. No, she did not catch a fish. It came off. It's the boat, which you guys have seen already in the video. No, it came off because she horsed it. Do not horse a fish on a crankbait unless you have the hooks that can withstand the heavy pulling. So, other than that, we tried drop shot today. Drop shot, missed a lot of fish on the drop shot with a mini rod. Probably would have made up if I used a full-size rod versus a little tiny one. Missed some on the drop shot. Threw the popper, or no, threw crankbait. Got the crankbait hung in a tree and broke off. And then I figured I'd tie on a popper. Threw the popper for a while and ended up catching that one fish on the popper. So then I was like, all right, that took long enough. That took a good hour and a half to catch that one fish. So I figured we come out to a little more open water and try some traditional fishing. Tied on that Roadrunner from Mystery Tackle Box. Wasn't able to land a fish. We're not traveling far. I mean, we're only like staying within like 2 miles from the boat ramp max. So, you know, we're just kind of hanging out, trying to fish a little bit. Ended up catching that one on a crankbait. It's like a 12-foot diving crankbait. It's bluish, kind of looks like a bluegill. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video today. It's super hot, so we're going to end the video on this rope swing. Please subscribe, like it, share it. Valley and Ridge Outdoors is out!